what color do I need to mix with this tree trunk?
Some water, maybe?
Well, water is just going to make it lighter. I actually would like it darker.
Black?
Yeah, black. You got it. So I'm going to grab some of my black from up here, and I'm going to mix that in with my brown, and maybe I went a little overboard, but maybe not. Do you guys see that there's actually sort of an olive green in there too? In the tree trunk? So I am going to grab a little of this weird green over here and just put a little of that in, because I think it's like, there's probably like lichens or something growing on the tree that made it sort of a greenish, blackish brown. So, like, actually that looks pretty good for the bottom of the tree. So, going back to the painting itself, right, the tree trunk is relatively small compared to the top of the tree, so I want to make that relatively small on my paper. Like, this is like the bottom of this tree. It does bow out just a little bit, not too much, right? And as it goes up, it starts to split, and I see like 1, 2, 3, 4 major big splits up here, and it basically turns to black almost immediately. Do you see how as it goes up, because the light's hitting less of it, it pretty much turns to black going up here? So I'm going to switch over to almost a blackish brown. I just mixed it in a little bit. And I'm going to like get the 1, 2, 3, 4 big pieces on here. And there are kind of stripes that go down into the tree too, right? So like I would just be painting like that so far. And then I want to see like, okay, where else do I see the tree trunk? Now I don't see it too much, right? It goes up here and it kind of disappears pretty quickly into the foliage. Right? So I'm just going to paint it where I see it. And notice I'm using a relatively thin brush. I'm using just the tip of the brush. The harder you push, the fatter it's going to be in weirdness. And then like I see some little branches here and there. There's a couple little branches here and there. So I can put a few of these in, but I don't want to put too many of them in because the leaves are going to hide most of this. So I'm just going to put a few branches up in here. I feel like sometimes kids paint trees and there's no branches. I'm like, that's weird. Yeah, so I can see like there's a larger branch up in here. I'll just paint a couple pieces. I know this looks weird at first, right? But you're just getting the skeleton of the tree in there. And oh, look, there's a bump on this side of the tree. I'll just put the bump in. All right, I'm going to rinse off my brush. I'm just going to clean out my section here. And then with watercolors, you kind of want to start with the lightest colors first. I know we kind of started with the dark colors to get the skeleton of the tree in there, but when we look at this, the foliage of the tree, there are some really light yellowy greens on the edge of the tree, right? And then it gets to be like a medium green underneath that, and then in the very middle of the tree, there's some really dark greens. So there's always going to be like 3 values. So just like yesterday, we did the value strip, right, which is still right here on my sheet. Right, there's going to be some really light yellowy greens, some medium greens, and some really dark greens. So like kind of these like 1, 3, and 5 here. So the first thing I want to mix are my yellowy greens. And try not to use the greens that are in the containers because they tend to be like really fakey. And I think I'm going to switch to a slightly bigger brush here. And maybe I'll keep it small because I made this whole painting kind of small. All right, so look. I've got my paint. I'm gonna grab a whole bunch of yellow. Yellow is one of those colors that's super light. It tends to get eaten up by other colors, so I'm gonna grab a whole slew of it. I'm gonna get some water in here. I don't want to get it too watery. I want the yellow to be relatively intense, so I just want to get enough water in here to activate it. Get the yellow going on over here. Now it's not totally yellow. We are gonna add some green to it. Or, what makes green?
Blue and yellow.
Yes, blue and yellow. Thank you. So I can actually just use blue. I can even skip using the fakey emerald greens. These greens are good for like when you're painting cartoons and stuff, but when you're doing a landscape, you might find it's actually easier if you use like the dark blue and your yellow, and you can see like what a nice grassy green that gives you, right? So I used my darker blue and my yellow, and I got like a nice light thing. If you use too much blue, it just takes over and you have to wipe it out and try it again. So it's really like 90% yellow and 10% blue. And then I want to paint where all the lightest areas are of this tree. And I'm going to do it in like little kind of dotty brush strokes because I want these to be kind of like the clumps. You see how the tree kind of clumps the foliage? And leave spaces. Like you don't have to fill this in. Don't fill it in. Because you can see sky right through this tree in places, right? So we're just going to do where we see the lightest yellow. So like just pretend like you don't see the rest of the tree and just look for where all the light parts are. There's a little light part down here on this one branch. Cha-cha-cha. There's lighty areas. There's a couple light areas even in the middle down here. A couple little pieces. But the top of the tree is really light. So I'm just doing nice little like brush strokes. I'm not painting left to right. I'm just kind of dabbing at it. Kind of dab and pull. Dab and pull. Right? And keep it natural. The tree is not symmetrical. It's not a circle or anything like that. It's sort of a messed up natural shape. I gotta get the light areas on this left side here. And if you run out of the color, just make more. Like I'm running out. I'm just gonna like make a little bit more yellow. Add a little touch of the blue. And if it's not exactly the right color the second time, it totally doesn't matter. I'm not using too much water. You don't want to get this too watery, guys. Otherwise you'll have a very swampy tree that will lose all of its texture. See, that was a little different than the color I made before. There's like a little yellow piece down in here. And then there's sort of a yellow area right there on the left. Almost makes like a triangle shape. And I've got my lightest parts of my tree kind of filled in. Okay? By the way, while you have that light color, if you want, you can get the light part of the lawn down in here. And behind it, there's a light part of the lawn back there. And then there's a shadow, which we'll do later. You don't have to worry about the lawn too much. You could just put a line in there. All right. So let's mix a medium green. What am I going to add to this to make this green darker?
Black or more green.
You could use black, but honestly, you should actually use more blue at this point. Blue's pretty dark all by itself. Black will kind of take over and turn it into an olive green. And there's sort of that medium green that's in here is sort of a brighter color than that. So we're going to just try with the blue first. So I'm going to get more blue on my brush. I'm going to try mixing more of that into my yellow. So you see how that darkened it, made it like a more medium color green. You guys can see my palette right there. It's a little blurry today for some reason. So now I'm going to start going in and saying, all right, well, where do I see some of my darker colors? And some of them kind of overlap into the lighter colors, and that's fine. I'm going to just start dotting those in there. Wherever you see them. So, maybe I will add a little black to this because I feel like it's a little too bluey right now. So I think, you know what, Cabe, I think you're right. I'm going to add a little yellow. I'm not crazy about the color. See, it's coming out kind of bright. So I'm going to add just a touch of black to it. Just a little smidge. There, that's better. There, that's much better. And I don't know why, but my watercolors are not sticking to my paper very well today. Could just be like the dryness in the air or something. So some of it you'll overlap, but like you want to leave, you can put a little bit of the dark up in the top in here, a couple dots of it, but like don't obliterate your lights. You don't want to obliterate them. You want to leave some of those light yellowy colors. Right? So we're just kind of filling it in a little bit, but we want to leave some sky holes. Don't fill it all the way in. Right? We want to see some of the sky through that tree. We don't want to make it a solid thing. Trees aren't solid. Okay, and we're going to save the middle area. We're going to put some mediums in there, but we're going to save most of it for the dark. Okay. Cha-cha-cha. Yeah. I probably wouldn't go too much further. I feel like this is too bright over here. I'll just dull that down. For the dark green, we're definitely going to use some black. Alright, so I'm going to get my blue. I'm just going to get my yellow because I'm running out of my green here. And I'm going to definitely add some black to this. Not too much. Don't go too crazy. Alright, right? So that we've gone from sort of almost like a, not even a tint, it's just a yellow green to a normal medium green. And now we're going into a shade of the yellow green, right? And we're just going to start to get those darker parts of the tree in there. And so really look at like where the darks are. I feel like this is where kids don't do. They don't get dark enough with things. They leave everything kind of light and cartoony. And so you're going to have these little shadows up in here. We're definitely going to fill in some more of this. We're going to leave some of our sky holes showing. Right? Just keep it little brush strokes. Never go back and forth left to right with a tree. You're just going to sort of dot it in here. Cha-cha. It starts to look much more realistic once you get the dark colors in. Before that, it just looks like a weird cartoon mess. And right in here, what you might find is that you actually have to do a second coat because even my darkest green right now is not going to cover as intensely as I'd like. So I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to let it dry. And then I might find that I actually need to make it even darker by giving it a second coat, right? Because there's two ways to make watercolors darker. Use less water, or you give it a second coat of paint. Right? Make sure your edges are all nice and natural. It should not be like cropped looking. You know, like it should be all like raggedy and irregular like a tree really is. All right, let's get some more stuff in here. There is some like gaps here in the middle, but so like the center of my tree is definitely not dark enough yet, but I'm gonna fix that in a minute. In the meantime, let's take a look at the background. While we're letting that dry, clumps of trees in the background are just gonna be like your light, medium, and dark. So those lights, medium, darks are back there. It's usually a little lighter than, let's say, the others. So let me get a little lighter green here. And you're not going to see the trunks of those trees in the background, right? Like I don't see any trunks in the background. You just get like a clump of trees. So you're kind of doing the same thing, but much smaller. I got too much water on my brush. You're just making like a little row of trees back in here with the tip of your brush. And again, you're going to put in some darker colors in a minute here just to kind of make it look more right. The lighter colors, the yellowy greens, are usually going to be on the top of the tree forest or whatever it is back there. It's just a line of trees. And then the darker colors are going to get darker as they go down. So I'm like, while it's still wet, you could even do this. I'm just going to add some more black to my green. I'm going to add a little bit more blue to it because I feel like I muddied it up here a bit. That might be too dark. Those trees in the background are pretty light colored. Let me get some yellow. And then like, as they go down, like before they hit that lawn in the background, you almost have to put a line here and then kind of fuzz out that line. Right, so I'll show you again. On this side, I'm going to go across the line of the grass. Just to get that edge. But then I want to get rid of the line, so I'm going to mess it up. Right, so those are just far away trees. Like if you're just doing far away trees, they're going to be different colors. They're going to be like little clumps of green. And they're usually darker on the bottom and lighter on the top too. And while we have that dark green and we're waiting for our tree to still dry, we can get the shadow in here. It's flat. It's like a line. See? We can just go boop. Just use the tip of our brush and just throw it in there. Alright, I think this is dry enough now. Yes, it is. So I need another coat. I'm going to mix a really dark green. I could even just use, at this point, I could use my regular green in my palette and black. The green in your palette is okay for making like a really dark green. It's not so like weird, but I'm going to mix some black with it anyway, just to darken it up. That looks pretty good. And this is where like, look, I'm just going to give myself second coats. Whoops, that might be a little too dark. Maybe not. Let me add some more yellow back to this. You're constantly like looking at your photo and saying like, does this match? Does it not match? Right? Okay, that looks better. And I'm going to like try to get the really dark parts. The dark parts always usually seem to be in the middle of the tree where it's getting the least amount of sunlight. So, and it kind of radiates out from there. You'll see it pop up, like some of those darks will pop up in here and you'll put a couple little spots of it, but most of it will be down in here. And we have one oak tree basically. I'm just going to continue darkening up the center here a little bit. It was too light before. Right? So all I did was I just gave it a second coat of paint. Right? Tell me this is not the prettiest tree you've ever painted. Maybe it's the only tree you've ever painted. So then it has to be the prettiest tree you've ever painted.